Hey friends, I'm going to start the video momentarily, but please know I'm having a hard time uploading videos longer than 15 minutes. So I cut today's video in half. This will be part one. I'll post part two at the same time. So you'll be able to go from one to the other. Apologies, I'm trying to work out what's wrong with my software system. And I do probably need to be more expedient in terms of how much I'm recording in each session. But here's part one, part two to follow. Hello friends, and welcome to Saitama Stacker channel. My name's Dean. You may notice here, it's not Clark Kent. It's your friendly Saitama Stacker. I forgot to take these off. That's my daily vision correction right there. I'm at that perfect stage of life where with my glasses on, I can't see my computer 2 feet in front of me. And with them off, I can't see what's going on 10 feet away. So I'm right in the sweet spot where you really want to be. Hey, it's an awesome day to be a Saitama holder. Now, this is one of those things we love about cryptocurrency and sometimes hate about cryptocurrency is that it can be highly volatile. And we know that this is a big week for Saitama. We crossed a huge threshold today. We have the launch of the Saitama coming up. Price action for the last 24 hours up 50%, which is just phenomenal. I wouldn't say it's a relief, but it just feels like we've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And those of us who've been patient, today's the day that we get some of that reward. And hopefully we continue this trend. So I've got some very interesting things for today. I listened to a Twitter space with Russell, and we'll talk about that just a little bit. And then I'm going to talk to you about this concept of a hyperburn. And it did come up in the Twitter space, and I got some clarification. It was exactly what I was thinking it was going to be, but I'll go into that. If you're catching this video for the first time or watching my channel for the first time, please know I only make these videos for entertainment and education and for community building around the Saitama token. So please do your own research before deciding if Saitama is right for you. All right, let's dig in and take a quick look at the fundamentals, and then we'll circle back around to what's going on with the Twitter space. Okay, so today, as expected, we crossed the 300,000 holder mark, and we actually kind of crushed it. You can see we're getting a lot of attention today. 1,800 new holders to Saitama. Now, big, huge jump in new money coming into the project, okay? Our market cap is up 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. That is incredible, you guys. That's that 50% increase we were just looking at. It would move our rank per CoinGecko's ranking system up to number 53 among all cryptocurrencies, which is fantastic, okay? You can see here we have, again, let's just peek at that number, 3.489 billion. And here's 3.414, 3.482. So we'd be right above there. And so I'm putting us in the 53rd spot. Now, as this continues to develop, we get on more major exchanges, we'll become a verified token, and we should be officially listed in these top 100 lists. It's just going to be a matter of time, okay? But things are looking amazing, okay? It continues to look amazing as we pan across. So you can see our price now, 7079 from yesterday, 7051. Volume, 69 million. That's 5x the volume that we had yesterday and the day before. Really, almost everything on the screen, it's about 5x. And what that does, this volume is such a key feature that people don't give it enough credit, okay? We want to talk about price, but realistically, even if the price stays relatively the same, if we can maintain high levels of volume, this is where things get exciting, in my opinion, okay? For two reasons, which I'll explain. But these look the same, but yesterday, if I were really to look at this number, this is 56.096, and today we are at 56.103. So it's actually quite a jump there. You can see it would move our burn speedometer to 57 days to burn 1%, or about 6.35% burn annually, if we could maintain this volume to the current price. Okay. I'll show a spreadsheet in a minute of how that relationship works. but our 10-day average would be 2.62% per year burned. And if you look at just the sheer token quantity, we've burned 6.3 trillion tokens since yesterday. Okay, so let's jump in, take a quick look at what's going on in Twitter. We'll talk about this Twitter space, and then I'm going to show you another spreadsheet that talks more about how the burn really works. Okay, so two things that I saw. I'm going to start with this other one because it's just kind of fun. Here on the Saitama official Twitter, which is retweeted by Russell. Russell says, "Let's go. So excited to get this beast rolled out." Well, inside this tweet, there is a little website link. And if you go to that website link, it is a countdown to the Saitamask release. Now, this is on Saitama official Twitter. So I'm going to take them at their word that they're pretty darn close here about the day and time that this will be coming forward. But we're looking at less than 5 days till Saitamask launches. This is good. This is exciting. Okay. Some reasons why it's exciting. Okay, there was a Twitter space today, which if you haven't experienced these, they're very interesting. It's a town hall meeting. And essentially you have people hosting, and you can have people in there like Russell, who are your main speakers. And then the audience can essentially raise your hand or request the microphone, and time permitting, they'll pass you the microphone. You can ask questions directly to these developers. This one was with VGX. Okay, VGX is the flagship token for Voyager. Voyager is an exchange system. And so I was hoping that there was a big announcement coming in there that they would say at the end of the Twitter space, and Voyager is going to list Saitama, and we're going hand in hand. But what really was going on is the Voyager team, in part of their effort to do some marketing, they're doing these Twitter spaces with developers from different coins. And some of their people, the Voyager people, are investors in Saitama. And Russell got the bulk of the time during this. And they did talk a little bit about what a great pairing it would be to have Saitama on Voyager. I think the more the merrier there. But Russell was able to talk quite a bit about Saitamask and the launch, and this concept of a hyperburn. I'm starting to see this term roll out there of this hyperburn. And really, there is no special burn mechanism beyond what's already built into the coin. And Russell gets into this. But volume is what drives the burn. Okay, so the more volume we have against a stable price, because if they were to move in a 1-to-1 ratio, so say for instance, the volume yesterday went up 5 times, right? From 12 million to 60 million. If the price would have gone up 5 times, then our burn rate would have actually been exactly the same. But because our volume went up so much in comparison to the price, the burn starts speeding up, and with the burn, the reflection. And you'll see my reflections at the end. They've done very well, just like the burn, doubling essentially what I received from previous days. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm talking about, because there are a lot of new people to Saitama, I'm going to just pull up the saitamatokens.com website. This is saitamatokens.com. This is the official Saitama website. And if we click on the ecosystem tab, it takes us to a place here that talks about 2 important features of the Saitama token. Okay. The first one is it has a passive income system, being that 2% of every transaction with Saitama is deducted and redistributed to the pool of holders. Meaning, if you're like me and you hold Saitama, when people buy or sell, 2% of that is withheld and it's redistributed to us. It's redistributed proportionate to how much you own. So if you have 100 million tokens, you're going to get less. I mean, you're going to get a percentage equivalent to your ownership in the whole project, but it's going to be less than the person who has 200 million. They'll get exactly twice as much as you will, so on and so forth. Okay. To get this passive income, to get the reflections, you need to be holding in a wallet that participates. All of the DeFi wallets that I know are participating. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. I have Ledger. Ledger's participating. I'm getting my reflections there. Some of the centralized exchanges like LBank, and some people say Hotbit, do. If you are holding some in Bitmart, they have not been participating. I have some in Bitmart and it's not really doing much, though I do get to participate in price appreciation, and the fees over there were very low. And I just bought a small amount there so I could demonstrate how it works in a tutorial. But if you want the passive income system, I get this question every day, you need to hold your Saitama in a wallet that participates. Saitamask, which is launching in 4 days, 18 hours and 42 minutes, they are participating, okay? The other piece of this is the burn, okay? So the same rules apply. 2% of all the transactions are taken in a tax, and they're taken out of circulation and they're passed to a burn wallet, okay? This is etherscan.io, and if I look at holders, you'll see that the very top wallet is this dead wallet. It says dead right here. You can see here 56.103% has been burned of the total supply. So when I'm showing you in my spreadsheet the burn, that's where I'm getting my information. 56.103%, that's what's coming straight out of Etherscan, okay? So what makes this system tick? I did a whole video on this, but this is the spreadsheet that I used, and I'd be happy to make it available if people want it. Just let me know in the comments and I'll post the link in my next video.